Just wondering, England, with Ireland bringing in James Lowe, he's taken a lot of balls sort of off first receiver and things. Just wondering if Eddie's asked you to maybe have a look at him defensively and what England might do to try and stop his impact on the game on Saturday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lots of respect for him, but I think defensively we've got to focus on ourselves and make sure we get our own stuff right first. So it's been a massive focus on kind of internalising everything we do, and kind of understanding what they're going to bring and making sure that we're also able to adapt to anything, whether James Lowe, Parks, just the Gibson Parks, these sorts of people, just making sure that we're fully aware of what they can do.
And I guess likewise, you can put a big physical statement down early on against those guys, those sort of ball players yourself.
Definitely, probably 1 to 23, they're going to be a very passionate squad, and with that passion, obviously, does come the physicality. So I think that's going to be a big starter, especially the first 10, 20 minutes, being able to really set the tone. I think it's going to be massive for both teams.
Julian, we'll come to you next, please.
Yeah, hello. I just wondered what had been your most sort of memorable experience of playing against Ireland, which you think will be useful to you this weekend?
Probably the first time playing over in Dublin. Don't want to bring it up again, but that yellow card, and it's just a big learning curve as far as these intense games. Just making sure that personally I stay clear in my role, and but especially when we've gone well, we're playing well and our best as a team is when we're going at people. So I think as I said before, the physicality is going to be a big stepping stone into this game.
Thank you.
James Carroll, we'll come to you, please.
Hi, afternoon. It's that kind of that familiar trio in the back row that we saw in Japan last year. I think it's only the second time since the World Cup that you three will line up together. Can you just talk about what it's like to, play with Sam and Billy and kind of what they bring to the side?
Yeah, I didn't even know that myself.
I think I'm right in saying that. Anyway,
it's obviously nice. I think we've all done quite a lot of growing since then. Obviously not in height, I wish. But in terms of how our games have gone, I think we've developed a lot since a year ago, and especially training. It feels like it's playing off each other, playing with each other. I think it's going well. Sam's brilliant defensively. You can always rely on him, especially around the tackle contest, the breakdown. Billy being able to play off him in attack is brilliant. Guaranteed to get the ball forward and playing off him, open spaces around him. So those two, I think it's sort of getting the balance right. It's massive in the back row, and I think supporting each other, we can hopefully achieve that.
Thanks a lot.
James Svendra, we'll come to you now.
Tom, it's such a historic rivalry between England and Ireland down the years, but do you think the match this Saturday will carry the same intensity and passion without the fans and without it being a Six Nations or a World Cup game?
Yeah, 100%. I think this is our most important game of the year. Without fans, obviously it's different, especially a big stadium like Twickenham, but that's where we've got to create our own atmosphere and bring our own enthusiasm to that. Everyone's obviously different. People thrive off different things, but making sure as a team we each get each other right. And by doing that is make sure we're fully involved in the game and getting stuck in right from the start. So I think, definitely setting the tone and bringing that physicality is going to be a good step forward.
And Eddie's described it as the most important game of the year as well. Why are you placing so much significance on this game when you have already won the Six Nations this year?
Because it's the next game. It's the next game, simple as.
Brilliant. Cheers, Tom.
Thank you.
And we'll finish with Alex Lowe. Thank you.
Hi, Tom. Eddie just got Ireland as the best poaching team in Europe, and that's why he wanted you and Sam in the team. Can you just describe what that means for the challenge that you expect, what you make of that particular battle on Saturday?
I think it's probably an attack mindset in terms of making sure that we sort ourselves out, but also defensively making sure that we're able to challenge. Statistically, Ireland are very good success, and they do go for the ball a lot. Whether Stander, Omani, Connors, whoever comes on, we've got to make sure as a team we're alive. As you know, it's not just a back row thing. That's the beauty of the breakdown. No one can hide away from it, and everyone's involved in it. So making sure that it's not just the pressure on this back row battle, but more of a who can get the whole team on it for the full 80 minutes. I think is going to be the big challenge for everyone, and the most important.
There are so many stats through the game, but it's becoming the best poaching team in Europe. Is that something that England would want to aspire to? If only that other teams are then fearful of that mark you'd hold.
I think becoming the best at anything is what everyone aspires to, whether that's line out, mauls, maul defense, anything niche. So yeah, it's something that obviously as a player, as a person, but then as a team, I think you do aspire to be the best at everything. So yeah.
Hi, Owen. Eddie said a little bit earlier that there was a bit of an edge in the camp this week. Is that something that you've picked up before the Ireland game this weekend?
Yeah, no, it's stepped up again. It's always competitive in camp anyway, but we're well aware of what challenge we've got ahead of us, and it's going to be a tough one.
And Johnny Sexton is a man you know well, obviously from the Lions tour. How big a loss is he going to be for Ireland this weekend?
Yeah, no, he's obviously a fantastic player. Someone who's been around that team for a long, long time. But with that, there's an opportunity for someone else, and I'm sure Ross will be looking to play well and take that opportunity. So it'll be dangerous.
Cheers.